Hey everyone, I am home early from my regular job, and so I get to come out here and maybe help out a little bit in the yard with the animals. I'm just walking around out here in the yard, and I want to take a moment just to share with you. I know I do a lot of the Fix It Fisher videos and stuff like that, but in all honesty, I know very little about fixing things, as you probably can tell from the videos. Say hey, Vanna. Wow, being shy. And be honest with you, I know even less about farming. And so sometimes it's easy to get discouraged when you don't know how to do things. Most of the stuff that I have learned is from Nikki and from Brooke, some of the other kids, because they study it, they go out and they do it. I'm not home a whole bunch to be able to help with it during the week. So my knowledge of it is minimal, and it can get frustrating. I know there's times there's mistakes made. Maybe Nikki gets upset because she's made a mistake because she just didn't know things. It's easy to feel that way. And maybe you're watching this channel and you're new to homesteading, or you are just starting to look into it, maybe as a way to become more self-reliant with some of the instability in the world and not knowing as far as like food sources and stuff like that. You want to be able to take care of your family. And there's going to be growing pains in that. I teach a class at our local church on Wednesday nights, and sometimes we have Bible trivia. And sometimes the people that are there, they may be newer Christians, or maybe they're visitors, and they don't know some of the answers to the questions that some of the more mature Christians know, and they can feel down, they feel stupid. But I try to emphasize, look, it's a learning experience. If you know the answer, that's good. But if you don't know the answer and you learn something new, like how not to put your hand in the way of the camera while it's recording, if you learn something new, that's a good thing. And that's what a lot of homesteading is too, is learning new things. We know more about homesteading than we did 2 or 3 years ago. When we look at the barn, we look at our animals, we see how the Lord has blessed us. Wow, that was poor timing on that. We see how the Lord has blessed us. And while we obviously don't have all the answers, I think you could ask any homesteading YouTuber, maybe even some that have hundreds of thousands of views. They don't know everything. Every day is a learning experience. So I say that to not get discouraged. If maybe you're new to homesteading, you're looking to get in there, that there's going to be some growing pains. And there's going to be times maybe where you even doubt, am I doing the right thing? But then I look at things like this, and I know our garden isn't huge compared to some of these people that have huge plots of land, and they have these huge greenhouses and just rows and rows. But I look at our garden, and I look at what the Lord has blessed us with, and I look at the eggs that we're able to get and the milk that we're able to get from our goats, and I see how the Lord has provided. And so even during times where maybe you doubt yourself, you doubt your ability, whether you're doing everything perfectly right, which you probably aren't, because no one's perfect, you have to step back, take a big picture, and look at how the Lord's blessed and how the Lord has moved in your life. And again, every day is a learning experience. You take one step at a time. This isn't something that just happens all at once. I mean, this barn didn't build itself in one day. It took time. And so don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Take one day at a time, whatever you can do. I talk to people that say, well, I don't have a whole lot of land or anything. I can only really handle like 6 chickens, or maybe I can only plant a small garden. That's fine. You do what you can. You take one step at a time. If you can only handle 6 chickens, that's okay. Maybe eventually you can work up and be able to handle a dozen or 2 dozen, or maybe another kind of animal, another type of source for food. You do what you can do. You do what you can do. Don't be discouraged. So I appreciate y'all spending some time with me today. I hope that's a little bit of an encouragement. Hope that it can be a blessing to you, and hope to see you again soon.